Some years ago, I spent a bunch of time in France. Now, as an American, I found cracking the social code there challenging. And then a friend told me the secret of what's different in France than in the USA. French people reserve familiarity for their friends and their families. Americans enjoy getting friendly with strangers, even if only a few moments at a time. Now, if you're American and you've spent time in both France and here in the US, but well, if you look no further than how you interact with waiters, you'll see the difference. Your server at Applebee's is your friend, while le serveur in France is just that, just what the word is based on, a servant. What conversations are allowed with friends and servants, well, they're just not the same. Over the years, France has come up here a few times, and there's a different view of customer service over there. The French floated an interesting solution to music piracy before streaming all but ended that conversation. Jeff Bezos taught France a tough business lesson in flexibility. And then there's that right-to-be-forgotten controversy that France kicked up a few years back. Google won't be backing down to the European Union anytime soon, and I'm pretty sure France is even worse off. Well, it's years later. I'm older. I hope I'm a bit wiser. I make a living communicating and teaching others how to communicate, so I'm not surprised when something I've known for a while gets expressed in a new way. What conversations are allowed isn't just a matter of culture, but also of context. And darn if this story isn't about France. Speaking as an American, I guess I understand why I'd never considered this context. One of the most common questions in American small talk is considered rude in much of the world. In most places in the world, asking a stranger what kind of work he or she does, especially without pretext, is frowned upon. And now, what do you do is finally becoming a tainted question here in North America. I'll bet you hadn't thought about that. Why would what they do be the first thing you ask someone you just met? That's not what defines a person, is it? So what conversations are allowed? In the simplest sense, you might seem to think this is a good question to examine, or not here. After all, Answer Guy Central is all about business change and business communication. Business is on my mind pretty much all the time. But the business landscape is changing. My fascination with millennials is all the proof you need of that. But in the business world, your job is getting business done. Maybe the millennial thing just isn't a great example, unless you think of millennials the way I'm referring to the French. Do millennials speak a different language? Well, I could say something snarky like depends on day of the week, but that's probably wrong. Truth is, millennials really do have a language of their own, and there are places where it might not intersect especially well with common English. Now, if you're running the show, ultimately, you are the final arbiter of what conversations are allowed. The issue is recognizing what running the show means to others. Too often, Americans suffer from the ignorant American disease because they believe they're in charge, just because they believe it. Bosses sometimes suffer from a similar misunderstanding of what makes them in charge. Sure, you're footing the bills, but employees and customers both may not see the world that simplistically. If you miss the different language signs, you're going to miss opportunities too. And that's a place where knowing what conversations are allowed can matter to your business. Want to talk about it? I'm the Answer Guy, and I'll be back.